All right, let me start my video. You can see my pretty face. Let's get into number three. Leave, there we go. Leave your biases at the door. If you go into a negotiation expecting to explain everything to the other side and they don't hear it, you'll get frustrated. Then your counterpart will undoubtedly feel your frustration and the conversation might stall then and there. On the other hand, when you go in fully prepared to make the other side feel comfortable and show them you understand where they are coming from, you can build rapport and generate respect very quickly. People won't respect you and trust you more because you sound smart. They respect you because you understand them. Everyone wants to make a deal in which they end up better off than they were before. If your whole focus is on them and getting them to elaborate on the world they occupy, you immediately become more trustworthy. Remember, the negotiation is about them, not you. The golden rule doesn't work here because, though it may be well intentioned, the person across the table isn't you. Maybe they don't like the same things you do. In these scenarios, the platinum rule reigns supreme. Treat the other side how they need to be treated. The silver rule might apply here too. Don't treat others the way you don't want to be treated. Leave your biases at the door and sit down at the table with an open mind. Great things will happen. This piece of advice would have changed my whole entire sales career when I started out. When I started out, I was taught from a guy who worked at Stratton Oakmont and was taught the straight line system when the whole premise and whole strategy was to come off as you're the expert and they don't know what they're talking about, basically, to summarize it. And you got to make them understand that you're the expert so that they should go with you. That makes adversaries, that makes people bump heads if they're not seeing eye to eye with you. If you're trying to sell them something, if you're trying to sell them a car but they need a truck, and you're going to come off as the expert, no, you do need a car because of X, Y, and Z, you're going to have to be a hard pressure salesman and really try to convince them into doing something that they shouldn't be doing. But why not just sell them the truck in the first place? Why not figure out what their needs are? Why not figure out, so you had this vehicle for this amount of time, what's been the issues with it? Because you're obviously here searching for a new car, so talk to me. Well, I live in an area where the streets aren't paved very well, and I got my kid, he plays soccer, I got to put all of his equipment in the car and his friends, and this car is just not big enough. Okay, perfect. You need a truck. Exactly, that's right. I need a truck. That's what you want to get to. So the biases at the door in Jordan Belfort's straight line system, in the beginning, he goes into what he calls a fact finding section of the sales process, where you're trying to figure out exactly what they need, what they should have, and what's possibly holding them back at a certain time. And this is what basically Chris Voss is saying here. Leave your biases at the door. You need to understand what your customer wants or needs before you can try to sell them something, or else you're not doing the right thing. Morally or ethically, you're selling them something that they possibly do not need, which is not something that me or anybody else should be trying to do. So when you go into a negotiation and you're basically a sponge listening to them and asking the right questions to get them to tell you what they want and need, and then you can present them with the right product for them, now you're going to get somewhere with the client. And again, I spent years and hundreds of phone calls, not hundreds, thousands of sales calls, trying to sell a product that wasn't what the prospect was looking for. But meanwhile, if I would have went about it with this mindset of leaving your biases at the door, I had other products to sell them. I just was going about it as if I'm the expert and this is for you and blah, 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 right? But combining what Jordan Belfort's taught me and what Chris Voss is saying right here, leave your biases at the door, is you got to try to understand who you're negotiating with or who you're selling to. If you don't understand them, it's going to be, at best, a one-time sale. You might get them to say, all right, you know what, maybe this guy does know more than me. All right, I'll try out your system. I'll buy your product. I'll try your service. And then good luck trying to get that second sale. That is not a client. That's a customer. That's a one-time sale. And that's what keeps you on the grind trying to sell, compared to really understanding what your client needs or your prospect needs. And through linguistic encounters, and what that leads to is a customer for life. It leads to somebody who, when one of their friends or somebody they know needs your services or product, they go, I got the guy for you. Trust me. He's going to listen to exactly what you have going on, exactly what you need, and he's going to put you in the exact right product or service. And his name is blah, 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 and here's his number. That's how you build a business, and that's how you build a book of business. So this is definitely a great tip. Leave your biases at the door. Never assume anything. Tip number 3. Let's get into 4.